Rule number 1, no touching of the hair or face.
Your album sucks! My album sucks!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors we want to see fight each other.
I thought you were here to kill me.
What'd you do?
Well, everybody needs a hobby.
For this list, we've considered multiple combinations of actors getting together for a good old-fashioned scrap. Imagined the amazing possibilities, and determined which fights we'd like to see the most.
What's it gonna be? May I lift the hands off the tabletop in order to remove my billfold?
We're looking at fights that have never happened before, as far as we know.
But it is we who have found you, just as we intended to do.
I don't understand.
So, even though we'd be happy to watch Arnold and Stallone go at it again, they will not be on this list.
Look what's coming.
Number 10, Eric Bana versus Edward Norton versus Mark Ruffalo.
Puny human.
Hulk smash.
Hulk! Smash!
Then Hulk smash again. And how about one more time?
Puny God.
For years, Marvel has struggled to solidify the Green Goliath on the silver screen.
Oh, am I?
There was Bana's boring Hulk in 2003, Norton's slightly more exciting The Incredible Hulk in 2008, and since then they've kinda just let Mark Ruffalo run around and smash things in the Avengers movies. This fight, between all three major studio Hulks, could finally give us the destructive movie we've all been waiting for.
Is that all you've got?
Think of the chaos and carnage. One banner? Not enough. Try 3.
Now go be a hero.
Number 9, Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Steven Seagal.
Please, God, let me run into this guy someday.
We should really be mad at Hollywood for not making this movie already. Seriously, what are they doing?
It's me! It's me! It's you.
Two of the most well-known ass-kickers in film history, and we haven't seen them square off against one another? Shame on you, Hollywood.
So that means you can't touch me.
That's right, I forgot.
These two would provide a technically brilliant fight, as both are experts in different forms of martial arts.
It's only 4 of you guys, and you only have 1 shot left in here, you know?
They'd also divide audiences, as each has their own fan base. We'd just like to see these guys return to a bit of stardom. They're too good to be doing Volvo commercials and getting ripped apart on South Park.
I'm a big action movie star, and people are pretty stoked on me.
Number 8, Leonardo DiCaprio versus Matthew McConaughey.
Come on. With a common denominator.
All right. Here's a fight that breaks the mold.
Hey, you fellas come from Providence?
Is any of business where we come from, is it now?
Delivering cannolis or something?
These guys meet two uncommon categories for fighters. First, they're both method actors, or at least they've used the technique before. Past rom-coms aside, McConaughey now, like Leo, goes for the Oscar bait.
You got hot ass over there?
It's Muslim country. Can't the women.
That takes me right out there.
We know they'd invest their entire being into the role we're giving them now, producing an incredibly realistic and brutal fight. Second, they're both smooth, eloquent talkers, gifted at delivering captivating monologues. That's the factor that has us most excited.
You see, under the laws of Chickasaw County, Broomhill here is my property. And I can choose to do with my property whatever I so desire.
Imagine the verbal sparring these two would engage in just before they turn to violence.
I think human consciousness was a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist. by natural law.
The increasing tension would be palpable as each disarms the other with brutal, intellectual wordplay.
I want to. That's not why I do it. I do it because I f***ing need to.
Number 7. Milla Jovovich versus Charlize Theron.
Hey, no one else is gonna die.
In 2006, VH1 kindly awarded Milla Jovovich the title of reigning queen of kick butt. It's easy to see why, considering her badass roles as Alice in the Resident Evil franchise and Violet in Ultraviolet. But there may be a new queen in Hollywood. Charlize Theron certainly demonstrated her kick-ass abilities as the titular character in Aeon Flux and as a superpowered human in Hancock. But it was her unexpectedly brilliant performance as Furiosa in Mad Max Fury Road that amazed audiences.
You done this before?
Many times.
If these two fought, we'd be guaranteed an intelligent and intense, yet gritty battle. What more could we ask for?
When I yell fool, you drive out of here as fast as you can.
Number 6. Gary Busey versus Nick Nolte.
May I have a little kiss before you go? I'm very lonely here.
Okay, stay with us here for a minute. Gary Busey and Nick Nolte are pretty much interchangeable.
You see the spirit in these men? You see the new spirit?
It's incredibly hard to tell them apart, and that's pretty amazing considering how outrageous they look.
Don't mind if I do.
The hair, the wide mouth, the crazy eyes. Think of it all in a mess of fists, kicks, tackles, and fury. Imagine all the gifs that would come from this outrageous fight.
You stop the ship! You godless son of a bitch!
There's also the insanity factor. These two doppelgangers pose viable threats for their reps as being, or at least playing, total nutjobs in the past. At least we hope they'd bring that fervor to a fight.
What the hell do you mean two squads?
If they do, not even a coin toss could call this one.
We'll never make it back.
Number 5. Daniel Craig versus Matt Damon.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
From the madness of Busey, we're now on to the suave, sophisticated fighters.
Jason Bourne is dead. You hear me? He drowned 2 weeks ago. You're gonna go tell him that Jason Bourne is dead.
Daniel Craig's modern interpretation of James Bond is one of the best versions audiences have ever been treated to.
Some men are coming to kill us. We're gonna kill them first.
Similarly, Matt Damon's Jason Bourne instantly cemented himself in film lore for being beyond cool and completely badass. They're both intellectual fighters who take advantage of their environments. Bond is a little scrappier, while Bourne is 100% calculating. Both always find a way to win, and both can be brutal when the situation proves necessary. They're also master escape artists, guaranteeing several late changes in fate. But in the end, there can only be one winner. Number 4. Nicolas Cage versus himself.
People don't talk that way anymore.
We can all agree Nick Cage is probably the best actor in the world, right? Well, at least he's among the most committed. That's why we think he doesn't need to fight anyone but himself.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
We already know that Cage is capable of being in more than one place at one time, considering how many films he releases in any given year. So physically playing multiple roles is a non-issue.
I couldn't think of a more horrible job if I wanted to.
We also know his supreme dedication as an actor guarantees total investment into his characters. Seriously, who needs other actors when you have the Nick Cage?
Well, good evening, Nick. You're looking very well tonight.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Nick.
Number 3. Ryan Gosling versus Ryan Reynolds.
You wanna fight?
The ultimate showdown of male beauty. Gosling v. Reynolds would pose one major dilemma and a few twists.
I'd say that you sound like an infomercial, but not a good one, like Slap Chop.
The elephant in the room? These are two of the most beautiful men crafted since Michelangelo's David.
Seems that way.
The world would be devastated if either of these men suffered even a scratch to their perfect faces.
Some crazy kids with their crazy BD.
Looks aside, the fight is interesting. Both are tough in a rugged, roll-up-your-sleeves, hair-on-the-arms kind of way.
Are you stalking me? Because that would be super.
Reynolds would talk a lot of trash, as he does best, while Gosling would silently brood, as he does best. Ultimately, we see this one as a street fight for the title of World's Sexiest Man.
That be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Number 2, Tom Cruise versus John Travolta.
We're going to do it.
No sense dancing around this one. We're here for a Scientology showdown.
I'm nothing. I'm a failure in the eyes of the prophet.
At a certain point, both of these actors dominated Hollywood.
Show me the money!
Now, neither is the heavyweight he once was. And there's no doubt their love for Scientology had a little something to do with it.
Is that a fact?
Throughout the years, Travolta and Cruise have become poster boys for the Church of Scientology.
Can I at least come in and talk to you?
Well, okay, but no tricks.
No tricks. Hey, it's really nice in here.
We'd love to see these two battle in a secret church arena with an audience of fellow Hollywood Scientologists. Assuming anything goes, this would be a ruthless brawl to determine top dog.
Oh well. Plan B. Let's just kill each other.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
This city just showed you that it's full of people ready to believe in good.
The instant I let it go, I swear to you I'm gonna cry. Somebody came and got me on the track.
Here's how this happened. We were sitting around having a meeting and we said, let's have a Bieber week, an entire Bieber week. And we're like, who would do it? And they were like, well, what about Justin Bieber?
But still, the place you live in is that much more drab and empty that they're gone. I guess I just miss my friend.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with.
Number 1, Michael Cera versus Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, so what's it gonna be?
There are a few reasons to watch a fight. Many times it's about the passion of the fighters or the talent on display.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase this.
Other times you just want to see someone get what he or she deserves. A nice punch to the face.
You have part of my attention. You have the minimum amount. The rest of my attention is back at the offices of Facebook, where my colleagues and I are doing things that no one in this room, including and especially your clients, are intellectually or creatively capable of doing.
Michael Cera and Jesse Eisenberg are both good character actors, but we can't stand a lot of the characters they portray.
My theory is you can't just avoid everybody you screw up with. And you should trust me, I'm a New Yorker.
Both have perfected playing annoying dweeby characters that either talk fast or silently stew, and are always supremely awkward.
You're a virgin, I can tell. Kiss me, you weenie.
Movies are usually better without these irritating character types. Let's have them fight to the death instead, and let's make it painful. It's the least we deserve.
Well, I don't know. It's really messed up.
Do you agree with our list? Which actors would you like to see in a fight?
I don't have much time. You know what? It's not my fault you're like in love with me or something. What?
Oh no, she did not.
For more unique top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.